This video was made possible by the EA Creator Network. Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another speed build. So today I am building another family home, and this time I am building one here in the brand new world of Copperdale, which is the new world that has came in the high school years expansion pack, which I think released today that I'm recording this, but I'll release this a day after. So let me know if you guys have got this pack, if you're enjoying it. How's the gameplay? Is there anything that you were wanting to see that didn't come out, or maybe you're holding off to watch more videos or things like that? I am definitely really enjoying building here. The world is super cool. I really like the feel of it. It's a bit dark, which I kind of like, and then I kind of don't. I don't know. I'm a bit torn. I think some of the shadows are a bit harsh and some of the lighting is a bit dark, and I really thought with my Reshade, because I have played with this pack before, I had early access to it to do the home version of Sims Camp, and so I only had access to it on a special build where I only had base game and the expansion pack available, so I didn't have my Reshade. But now I have all of my packs, I have Reshade, and so I thought that since the world was a bit darker and had pretty harsh shadows, that with my Reshade it was going to be very extreme, because I use Reshade called Dove. It's linked in the description box if you guys are interested, and I use MXAO settings, which cause the shadows to be kind of intensified because I just like the appearance of it. And so I thought in this world it was going to be so extreme, but I don't think it really makes a big difference. I think the world still looks the same. Of course, it still has the MXAO settings, but it doesn't seem to be extreme. But the world itself is just quite dark. I don't know, let me know what you guys think about it. Part of me likes it because it gives it kind of a moody atmosphere that seems kind of interesting and a little bit mysterious, and I just kind of like it because of those reasons. But then I don't know, is it too dark for speed builds? Is it distracting? I don't know, let me know your guys' thoughts. But anyways, I was looking on Pinterest when I had that earlier access version of this expansion pack, and I was looking on Pinterest and I saw this home that I thought was so perfect for this world, and I wanted to build it. I ended up building something different. I decided to hold off on this one to wait till I had access to all of my packs, and so I finally built it, and I think it's so cute. I ended up making it a lot smaller than I had originally planned, but I think it's nice for the family and stuff that I imagined living here, so I think it all works out. But I definitely need to build a bigger family home for this world. I just need to, I guess, find the right inspiration on Pinterest or figure out which lot I wanted to build on. I wanted to build on this lot first. I decided not to when I had the earlier version of the expansion pack because I didn't want to bulldoze a really nice family home that was coming with this world that was creator made when I was only using the new expansion pack and then base game. I felt like if I was gonna bulldoze one of their lots, then I needed to have access to all of my packs to make it worth it, basically. And in case you guys didn't know, like I said, the world, the homes in the world were created by Sims 4 Game Changers, and they are Joel 1990, Miss Griffey, and Freezer Bunny. I highly recommend that you guys check out all of their content because they're super talented, and I really love the homes that they created here. And yeah, another reason I wanted to build on this lot is because the house next to it is super cute. It's just a decoration house, basically. No Sims live there, you can't build on the lot, but I think it's so adorable, and I would really like to try to recreate it because I think the shape of it is super cute, and I think it's just so adorable. So yeah, let me know if you guys would like to see that. But for this house, the image that I saw on Pinterest was a real home, and it had a really nice sloped yard with all these bushes and stuff. And so I added my own extra details like this fence here in the front. I thought that would be super cute. It is a live edit objects fence, and you will notice that I don't have the tool mod installed. I had to remove my mods folder because for some reason the mods are conflicting with this world and you can't open it up with the mods installed. I think it might just be tool. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't tried to narrow it down to see which one it is, but the tool mod since the latest update I think has broken the UI, so you may have noticed that if you watch my second channel, because I was finishing a build and updated my game and it broke a little bit of the UI. It's not impossible to use, but it's just a little bit messy, and hopefully that will be updated soon. I'm still going to use it in my regular builds that aren't in this world because I think even though the UI is broken, it's still worth it because the tool mod is amazing. But yeah, I had to go through the regular build and buy catalog to find all of the live edit objects. If you aren't sure how to access the live edit objects or the debug objects, it's super easy. All you have to do is hit Control-Shift-C to open up the cheat bar and type in bb.show hidden objects, and then to include the live edit objects, type in bb.show live edit objects. So it's super easy, and yeah, you just type in debug to the search bar and all of that stuff will come up. So I had to do it this way because normally I use the better build and buy, which just kind of organizes things a little bit easier, and you can find it in the regular build and buy catalog. And you can also use the eyedropper tool on them, and you can't do that. I kept trying to do that over and over with the live edit objects just because I'm so used to doing it that way. So it was a little bit different, a little bit tricky, but I still managed, of course. And I really like this entryway to the house with like the gravel pathway and the bushes and the trash cans and then the steps leading up to the front porch. I thought that was super cute. But yeah, I haven't even talked about the family yet. So the family that I imagined living in this build was a single dad and his teenage daughter. And the teenage daughter, I imagine she is quite rebellious. She does lots of things she's not supposed to do, like skip school, sneak out of the house, hang out with people she's not supposed to. She's just kind of a little bit of like, I don't want to say a bad girl, she's just a bit naughty. And I think this just comes from being a little bit, I guess just unhappy in her situation. It probably has something to do with her mom not being here. Maybe her mom kind of took off or something, and maybe she just feels like life has been a bit unfair. I'm not exactly sure like the storyline with that, but I think that she's just a bit unhappy. She's not a bad person like deep down in her core, she's just a bit troubled, and so her dad is struggling with that, trying to deal with it, and I think that's a really nice story, and it would be fun to play with like the high school and stuff like that in this world with that storyline, I think. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. And I added a swing set in the yard even though there's no child Sims in this home, because I just thought it was cute and it was a nice way to add like an activity in the yard. And of course, like adult Sims and teenagers can still swing on the swing, so I thought it'd be super cute for like, I don't know, maybe like a father-daughter talk in the yard and they could both be on the swing set. I think that would be a cute spot to do it. So yeah, I just thought it'd be a fun home and a fun family for storytelling and those sorts of things. I also added a couple of planter boxes or planter pots outside so the Sims can do some gardening, and then a barbecuer and an outdoor dining table, just a two-seater one instead of like a full one. I tried adding one with 4 seats, but it just felt like overkill. And the one that I ended up using actually came from the Little Campers kit, and it's super cute. I really love how it looks like hand painted and handmade. It's really adorable, so I thought that was pretty fun. Here I'm working on the floor plan. The house is pretty small, so it only has 2 bedrooms, but it does have 2 bathrooms, a pretty decent sized living and dining area. It's all one room, and then a pretty good sized kitchen, I think, too. So it was mainly like adding the bedrooms that made the house feel a bit smaller because I could only fit 2 of them. But if you wanted to have a larger family in here, you could probably fit 4 Sims pretty easily if you wanted to have like bunk beds or something in the bedroom, because you could easily do that. And another thing I wanted to include was a space for the teenager to sneak out of the house. And so what I did was I added the trellis that is actually a ladder, and I connected it to a flooring that's connected to the teenager's room, and then there's one of the new windows that the Sims can actually climb in and out of. And I placed a roof up there, but what I did was I dragged the arrows of the roof to extend the roof towards the room instead of actually pulling the whole roof, if that makes any sense. If you guys are familiar with how roofs work, if you click on them, then some extra arrows pop up and you can drag them just to pull like the trim a little bit further, and not the trim, but just like the edge of the roof line. And so it doesn't actually make the inside of the roof where the walls are, it doesn't make that part extend. Hopefully that makes sense. I feel like I'm explaining this terribly, but I thought that maybe the Sims would still be able to walk over that part of the roof, but unfortunately it didn't work. So what I ended up doing was using a live edit objects fence that I know the Sims could climb over, and I just made like a little balcony. And I feel like this is kind of like the best solution because the Sims need something to climb down onto. And so I did play test it. It totally works, and the team can sneak out of the house. And I ended up adding like a little chair out there as well as a telescope, so the team can do some stargazing and sit out on her chair, and I think that's super cute. But anyways, here I'm decorating the living room. I ended up using a lot of green in here, and that was basically because I wanted to use these curtains, and I felt like this was the best swatch to use. And I also wanted to use this couch, and I felt like the colors, even though they're not the same green, kind of went nicely together. And I love these new chairs that I used at the dining table. They're new with the expansion pack, and they're just so cute. They really look like old style, more like retro looking chairs, and so I felt like they're just a bit more of an older style because I really wanted this home to feel a bit dated, a bit older. It's not like supposed to be in the past necessarily. It's just supposed to look like an older home, like from maybe the 90s or something, but they're currently like living in current times is what I was thinking. And I also didn't want it to feel too fancy, so I was trying to pick objects that look just a little bit more like regular everyday objects and nothing too nice or flashy or anything. And then here in the kitchen, I really wanted the sink to be centered in the window, and so I used some corner pieces of the counters to make it centered. Unfortunately though, that caused some overlapping with the island, or not the island, but the counter in the corner, and so I just covered that up with the microwave, and so I think it blocks it mostly. It's not too big of a deal, but I thought I would mention it because it is a little bit glitchy, but not too bad. And then over here I did add a couple of pet food bowls. I imagined one was for food and one was for water, even though pets don't need to drink water unless it comes from a puddle, which seems ridiculous. But yeah, I just imagined that this family has like a small dog. I was thinking a very old dog, and I guess I'm kind of inspired by my dog because my dog is getting really old. She turned 15 last month, and we're really starting to notice that you know, her time's about up. We of course knew this because she's getting older, but we can really tell like recently, and it's getting really sad. So, but she's lived a great life, so we also like look back on it and we're really happy because we've given her like a pretty good life, we think. And she's lived a full dog life, and she's been spoiled all 15 years, and so it's a bittersweet sort of moment. So I guess I was kind of inspired by that. So I think they have an old dog, and I was thinking it's kind of a small dog, even though my dog's kind of big, so it's not exactly the same. But I think the kitchen turned out to be really cute. I decided to use the refrigerator that came from Cottage Living, and then the stove came from Parenthood, so I thought those kind of worked nice together. Even though I didn't use the green swatch of the refrigerator, I definitely could have, because I think there's like the same green, but I felt like that would be overkill. But I really like the style of that refrigerator because it looks a bit older and a bit dated, and so I thought that was pretty fun. And then over here is the downstairs bathroom. It's a pretty large bathroom, so I put a shower and tub combo in here, so it's a full bathroom. There's another bathroom upstairs that's a full bathroom too, but it only has a shower instead of the shower tub combo. And then up here at the landing area at the top of the stairs, I just put like a couple of pictures on the wall, just trying to make it feel fully decorated. I was kind of thinking the pictures that I put like up the staircase and right there on the wall were kind of just like placeholders until you guys played in this home and took screenshots of your Sims or had them take photos of themselves in game, and you could put like family photos up there. I thought that would be pretty cute, especially if you took one that looked like a school photo of the teen. I thought that would be really adorable. And then yeah, I just put a side table with a fishbowl and a few decorations, nothing too crazy, but enough to make it feel fully decorated. I was really trying to not go too crazy with decorations in this build because I wanted to keep the cost down, but it's still probably expensive because that's just how things go in The Sims. Things are way more expensive than you would think they would be. Like sometimes a tiny little plant is like 100 simoleons when it should be like 5 probably. I don't know. Sims actually seem to get money pretty quickly, at least from what I remember the last time I played The Sims. It seems like, especially if you grow like blackberries or something, you can become wealthy like in no time. So yeah, over here I'm just picking out which beds I wanted to use. I wanted to use the new beds from the expansion pack because of course there are a ton of new beds. I really love the bed that I used in the dad's room. I just love the bedding and like the style of it. It just looks super cozy and homey and just really adorable. So I really like it. It also comes in a single version. Every single bed that came in this expansion pack comes in a single version and a double version of the exact same bed. So it's really nice depending on which space you're trying to decorate. But yeah, the first room that I'm decorating is the teenager's room. So like I said, I imagine she is quite rebellious. So I was trying to pick out some decorations that looked a bit rebellious, if that's even such a thing. But I think some of the posters kind of show that personality a little bit. So I put lots of posters on the walls, and I really like the curtains that I used in here. It's the same like green color as the rest of the curtains in the house, but they're kind of sheer and a little bit boho looking, so I like that. Another thing that I ended up doing that you'll notice in the screenshots is I removed one of the windows that's right next to the bed, just so the window was a bit more centered within the curtains. That way if you wanted to take a screenshot of the Sim sitting in the window, even though they can't really sit in the window, but you can like pause the game as they're climbing in or out and it looks like they're sitting there, and then that way they're not clipping into the curtain. It would just look a little bit better for screenshots. So that's what I decided to do. And then yeah, I just put some clutter items up on the teen's desk, and then also some floor clutter too. The floor clutter is new with the expansion pack as well, but unfortunately it looks like your Sims can still not walk over it. I noticed this when I had the earlier version of the expansion pack, and I was hoping that the Sims team would change it so Sims could actually walk over it, because I think that just makes the item a lot more useful, because then it doesn't block anything if it functions like a rug. But unfortunately, it just functions like a regular object. It's like having a desk in the middle of the room and they can't walk over it. It's ridiculous. So you might want to remove it, because I think it does block some things probably from being functional. But it looks cute, and maybe if you don't mind the Sim not accessing the dresser or something, because they could change in a mirror or another place, then you could keep it. So it's just kind of up to you if you decide to download this build. But yeah, over here is the dad's room. The dad's room I wanted to keep quite simple but nice and cozy, and I think this dresser is perfect. It matches the style of the bed, and I just really love like the worn texture on the wood. It just looks like a little bit scuffed up. Oh yeah, there I added a plate from Parenthood, and I imagine that was something that the teenage girl made when she was like a little kid as like a Father's Day gift or something, because it looks like a drawing of like a guy and a girl. So I imagine that was just a drawing of her holding her dad's hand, and so he keeps it as just like a prize and remembering how sweet his little girl used to be. But I imagine she's still sweet, and she's just figuring out life and how she wants to live in it. But yeah, this is basically it for the build. I'm just adding the final few details, and then we're on to the screenshot. So thank you guys so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions that you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!
I know that you are having a hard time right now. That everything seems to crumble around you. I know that you feel all alone in this world, but you have to put your trust into us, and we will help you through, 'cause we only want what's best for you. I know that you are having trouble believing right now that everything is gonna be alright. I know that you feel all alone in this world, but you have to put your trust into us, and we will help you through, 'cause we only want what's best, what is best